Hello, my name is Kevin White, and I'll be doing a formative speech on Tupac Shakur. Has anyone heard the name Tupac Shakur? If you have, then I am sure you have heard many things about him. He is the modern day Jekyll and Hyde, or like a ticking time bomb. He has done good during his time, and some things can be questioned. Tupac Shakur spoke out about racism, black on black crime, and tragic deaths of the youth. Today we are living in the same trying times as Tupac was in the 90s, in which he was using his voice to get his point across to his fans. I started listening to Tupac as a kid in the car riding with my mother. His music came on the radio almost all the time. I really didn't understand or have any knowledge of how powerful or popular he was in the black communities until I became older and really started learning about the movement he attempted to have on not just the black race but all races. His music always had a message, and his speeches as well. He spoke out against hate crimes, single mothers, police brutality, and how he wanted to bring the music industry together so it could be a black-owned business. But before that could happen, he was fatally killed in Las Vegas. Specifically, I want to inform you about how powerful one man could be that is not a president, nor a preacher, or even a man off the street that was trying to make a change in this world we live in, but had many flaws like the rest of the human population and came from poverty. By the time I finish this speech, you will know who Tupac was. Other than his music, you will know his highs and his lows. First, to start off, Tupac grew up in a minority community and faced many difficult struggles throughout his childhood. According to a website created by famous people, Tupac's mother was a headstrong and willing to do anything to provide for her family. But she was also doing drugs heavy, which impacted her kids' lives as well. In addition, while dealing with many battles during his childhood, Tupac still loved his mother and remained in school, doing the best that he could with learning so that he could not become another statistic of his community, either in jail, dead, or on drugs. Tupac's childhood and upbringing made him want more out of life. So he began challenging his thoughts into writing poems which turned into lyrics. According to a website source created by Kristen Corpus, Tupac's rap career took off and his songs were always in the top 10 on the Billboard. Therefore, Tupac's songs that made it to the Billboard were How Do You Want It, Dear Mama, and I Get Around, just to name a few. When he got into the movie industry, he was well known in some great movies with a great cast such as Poetic Justice, which starred Janet Jackson, and Above the Rim, starring Marlon Wayans. Generally, Tupac found himself in a feud with another rapper named Biggie Smalls, which started when Tupac went to visit the New York rapper Biggie Smalls at his studio. And after entering the lobby, Tupac was robbed and shot multiple times by an unknown person. In many songs, Tupac spoke out about police brutality in the songs that targeted not all police, but the ones that were guilty of not protecting the people that they swore to protect under oath. He even shot at 2 off-duty police officers for shooting at him while he was riding in his limousine. In addition, one of the songs that Tupac wrote about police brutality was called Trapped, in which it deals with police brutality. More importantly, the lyric that speaks on police brutality in the song called Trapped stated, "They got me trapped, can barely walk the city streets without a cop harassing me. Searching me, then asking my identity, hands up, throw me against the wall, didn't do nothing wrong." According to a website source created by Wikipedia, Tupac was in some trouble with the law after firing a weapon at two guys, off-duty officers, which fired at his limousine while he was in Atlanta. He was found not guilty because the officers fired first at a moving vehicle, and the guns were stolen that the officers were carrying, which resulted in self-defense for Tupac. Tupac was very aware of the police brutality going on in the black community, and even put it in his lyrics, which that young black youth related to from his music, and was even witnessed by himself in a fortunate and not deadly killing of one of where he defended himself and the people that was with him in a shooting with the off-duty law enforcement. Tupac pulled through his reality of his childhood obstacles, living in a poor community and having to live with the fact that his mother was on drugs. Tupac's fame brought him joy, and at times it brought him problems at other times. He found himself in unfortunate situations. At times he got gunned down, but managed to pull through, and suddenly his life was taken. Tupac was more than his raps and celebrity status. He was a humble individual that followed his dreams and always spoke his truths. According to a website created by Mossy Reeves, September 13, 2016, in conclusion, Tupac is missed but has not been forgotten. His music still lives on until his day, and people respect his legacy.